it. Oh, I'm here with my crazy family. We're on family vacation timing. We're here in, I can't remember, I think it's called Cambria. Trying to do thoughts from places like the vlogbrothers do. So prepare to watch me fail miserably at trying to be as awesome as John and Hank Green. Time for adventures. I went to Cambria with my Aunt Robin, my dad, my sister Lindsay, my Uncle Tom, my sister Ashley, my cousin Mitchell, my sisters Ellie and Abby, and my mom. We started off our adventures in Cambria going to see some ferocious mammals, the dreaded elephant squirrels. Now these mammals are not your usual friendly garden squirrels. No, these animals will climb on top of you and attack you for your food, and come up and bite your hands and give you the rabies. But seriously, squirrels were extremely tame here. They would sit on your lap and crawl up to be petted. They seemed to be very hungry, both for food and attention. The actual mammals we had gone to see were the elephant seals. We were reminded not to go up and hug the enormous 6,000-pound seals by sign, so we watched them from afar. The majority of the seals were 3-month-olds that were learning to swim and just relaxing. On the other side of the beach, though, were the adults. They would flick sand onto their backs. To keep cool, they would shed their rough layer of fuzzy skin before moving on. They seemed like one big happy family cuddling and relaxing together. We had brought our family's dog with us, and he was curious about these strange animals, and he barked at them, to which they looked at him quite curiously. Because Cody was disturbing the beauty rest of the seals, we decided to move on. Just outside of Cambria is San Simeon, home of Hearst Castle, which I will get into later. Cambria is a cute little town on the beach, located on the west coast just below or above Monterey, around Monterey. Seaweed! Squish the seaweed! Squish it so good! Like most small towns, they had a main street. We went shopping and we found lots of interesting things, including giant gumballs and a squib house. We wondered if Filch lived there. Also, they had rose trees, not bushes, but trees. Being such a small town, Cambria didn't have a hospital and only had a medical building. We also saw many strange art pieces, some by Dr. Seuss, and many different types of blackbirds, crows, ravens, you name it. There were also many art pieces based on blackbirds. We also saw a wall of rubber duckies, a mirror, and Pac-Man, which I cannot ever pass up a game of Pac-Man, because I will pwn your noobs. Of course, no small town is complete without baby heads on cars or small dogs in cars. But Cambria is for the most part a tiny, cute little town, filled with yellow doors that match my pants, and yellow houses that also match my pants, beautiful architecture, wonderful rocks, nice houses, beautiful rock statues, nice stained glass window doors, elaborate birdhouses, round-shaped buildings, cylinder-shaped buildings, and hanging moss from trees. But one day I chose to walk on the beach, and as I sat on a bench overlooking the ocean, I was thinking about how the world was changing, all the natural disasters happening. I couldn't help but wonder how we, such a small and insignificant speck of a species, could be hurting this beautiful planet, this great giant world that we live in, and how we were just changing it for probably not the better. The next day we went to Hearst Castle, so we got breakfast at a family-owned restaurant named Lynn's, where they specialize in things made with olali berries in them. I got the lemonade and sampled the muffin and the scones that my parents got. They had some odd greeting cards there, and I got a salmon sandwich, which was delicious.
I like this music. You like this music? Elevator music.
We took a bus all the way up to Hearst Castle to meet our tour guide at the very tippy top of this huge hill. I found a weeping angel, and we walked around and through a bungalow that Bob Hope had stayed in. The architecture all around the entire place and outside and inside were taken from Egypt all the way to castles and cathedrals that William Hearst had found and seen. In this room, where the floors were 1,800 years old, William Hearst would allow his sons to play football.
Oh, don't worry. If you break that priceless statue, it's no biggie.
William Randolph Hearst had elaborate details everywhere. He had his own theater where he would watch Disney films and a swimming pool with 24-karat tiles. This castle basically was an example of what one man could do with a lot of time and money. He also had his own zoo and menagerie just outside where he would go and see the animals like polar bears and zebras. After we finished our tour, we all headed back to Cambria for food.
Richie Pokemon, it used hair flip. It was super effective.
In the true spirit of nerdfighteria, I visited the local cemetery and saw a deer, and then I went back to my cabin to play fetch with my dog. The next day, we all piled into our van and decided we should head home. We drove past a small town named Harmony with only 18 people in it, which explained the name entirely. We also drove past a very large rock in the ocean that caused us much conversing for the rest of the ride home.
I wonder what they call it. It's gotta have a name.
In the ocean.
Yeah, they gotta have a name for it.
A really ominous name?
gotta have a real big name.
That's
I wonder what the big rock's all about.
Dad, it's a rock. It's a rock in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, I know, but
This is like that Cloverfield scene where you just see the thing fall out of the sky.